Today's a big day. She's learning to film, I'm learning to cook, and the Astros are in game 7. So I said, hey, it's a big day. Let's go ahead and try to make some pho. I'm not even sure if I'm saying it right, but we're gonna go at it. We're gonna cook it. So the first thing we'll start with is we got beef marrow, beef knuckles, and we have some spare ribs with the bone in. And what the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and char them. In order to char these bones, we're gonna spray them with the canola oil, or you can brush your own oil on, it doesn't matter. The most important part is that we get oil on them and a little bit of salt because we're gonna get them in the oven, and we want them to char to a deep brown, bring out the flavor. It's very important. Now you're ready to put them in the oven at 425 for about 45 minutes. You just wanna make sure that they turn out to be deep golden brown. They should look like this. Now you're gonna grab your chuck roast. You're gonna lightly salt it. Put 2 tablespoons of canola oil in a pan and sear all sides of that chuck roast.
Sabrosito.
Lay it off to the side and let it rest. So now we're moving on to the aromatics. 5 cloves of garlic. I like to use the heel of the knife to crush it. It helps get the outer skin off and just makes it easier. Just be sure not to cut yourself. Watch your palm. Make sure you're not on the blade. Next thing you want to do is you want to start moving on to your yellow onions. You're going to cut those in quarters, 2 of them. And make sure you leave the skin on because that's very important. The skin adds the flavor. And then the last thing you want to do is you want to move on to the ginger. Probably cutting it in about 1/4 inch slices. But just make sure you wear your glasses. I know I didn't have mine on and I was starting to get a little wacky with the knife. You're going to follow the same process as the beef bones. You're going to put oil on them because you're going to end up putting them in the oven, and you're going to char these 2 the same as you did the beef bones, which is going to give it more flavor. While your aromatics are charring, go ahead and toast your spices on a medium-low heat. Now add all your bones to a large stock pot, and you're going to add 5½ quarts of cold water and let sit for 5 minutes. On a medium heat, bring your water almost to a simmer. What's going to happen is you're going to get a lot of foam, bits and pieces of bone. What you're going to do is go ahead and skim them off. You're going to start with your aromatics, your 2 yellow onions that you cut up, your ginger, your garlic, and then you're going to move on to your spices. That's your 1/3 cup coriander seeds, your 5 to 6 star anise, 3 black cardamom pods, 5 cloves, 1½ tablespoons brown sugar, 1/4 cup of fish sauce, and you're gonna add a cinnamon stick. I did forget to show in the video that you need to put your chuck roast in at this time, but you do need to do it, and then start your simmer for 2 hours. 2 hours have now elapsed. Now you're gonna take out your chuck roast, put that to the side, and you're gonna slice it up later and add it to the bowl. So now you're gonna continue to simmer for 2 more hours. Another 2 hours has elapsed. You're gonna start taking out all your bones. You're gonna get ready to strain your liquid. You wanna get everything out of it and just be left with broth. Strain your broth into a bowl. Now you're gonna get ready to season it for a taste. This is the most important step for you as far as adding flavor, whether you want to add more fish sauce to make it more tangy or add more salt to make it more salty. But this is totally up to you. You do as you like. It's your soup, your flavor, how you like it. Rip the stems off 1 bunch of cilantro and wrap it in the cheesecloth. Then you're going to use kitchen twine to go ahead and tie it off. And then you're going to put it in that broth and you're going to let it steep in there for a total of 15 minutes. So I taste tested this thing through the whole process.
And after letting it steep for 15 minutes with the cilantro, it really is what makes the pho. If you've ever had pho before, you'll know. So make sure you make the 15 minutes with it steeping.
Just gonna follow the directions on this pretty much when you're cooking your noodles.
So now you're ready for your bowl preparation. First you're gonna put in your rice noodles in the bottom of the bowl, and then you're gonna take your raw, thinly sliced skirt steak, place it on top of your noodles, because when you put your broth over top of it, it's going to cook that thinly sliced skirt steak for you. Then you're gonna put some onions, thinly sliced, on top of that. And then your chuck roast that you pulled out 2 hours into the cook. Then you're gonna ladle your hot broth over everything, which is in turn going to cook your skirt steak, your thin sliced skirt steak, and your onions. And it's going to add phenomenal flavor to your soup. The stock is everything when it comes to this soup. And then you can kind of add whatever you want after that you've cut up. Most people put bean sprouts in it. I used thinly sliced serranos. And then you can also put Thai basil in it if you like it. It's totally up to you. Overall, I had a great time cooking this pho soup. It was very good. I hope you made it this far and are enjoying your soup right now. And stay tuned for our next videos.
Mommy, Daddy? Mommy?
I'm not good with chopsticks.
Daddy?
Daddy?
It's tangy, sweet. I'm gonna add a little spice to mine though, because I like mine with sriracha. Grace, come here.
Very good. It was worth the dishwashing.
Tell Mama hi.
Sopa.
Sopa.
Sopita.
Well, thanks for having us. We really appreciate it, and I hope you liked it. And again, Joshua Wiseman, hey, thanks for the recipe. Give a shout out to you. Turned out really good. I really love this soup, and to be able to make it at home, really great. Thanks for watching.